Hey, as you can see, the hair surgery went successfully. As you can see here, that red bit, that red like mark is where they implanted the new hair follicles. So obviously I'm gonna go up and you can see the same thing happen to the bald patch. But in this video, I'm gonna just quickly go over, what the surgery was like, how I was feeling. So initially, after you pay them the money, you can pay them via TransferWise. You go in and then they take your blood. As you can see here, I have a blood thing on my arm. They'll take your blood, and after that they'll shave you. They'll go to a room and they'll shave all your hair off. As you can see, obviously I'm bald. And after that, you go to the surgery. You go face down, and this is the probably the most tricky bit. The only real painful bit is where they inject you with the local anesthetic. So when you have this surgery, you're not like, you're awake, you're conscious through the whole time. So initially, I had a sensation that they were like stapling something to my head, and I think they were stapling like a plastic sheet to make it easier for them to do the surgery. I just had that feeling of stapling, and that hurt a reasonable amount. I'd rate stapling probably 6 out of 10 hurt. I was gritting my teeth, it was painful. But then what was like, reasonably painful was when they injected the local anesthetic. So they injected me the whole upside of the head, injection, and they probably did about, I'd say 12 to 13 injections, and it hurt, like I'd say 7 out of 10 pain. That's not like I'm screaming or crying, but it was like I'm really gritting my teeth like this every time. And after that, what they do, they're taking the inner bit of your hair follicles from your scalp. So this part of the surgery, the beginning, is the most difficult in it, because that's why they have the most people. Like I had one lady doing me. I had about 4 people in the room at all times, and towards the end there was only 2 people because that was a relatively minor part of the surgery. And this goes on. This is quite uncomfortable, because you're prone, you're on your stomach, which is, it's not a good position to sleep in, regardless. You can see here I'm bleeding a bit. I'm gonna go for my wash today. I think it's roughly 2 hours. The beginning of it, hour on the front, like the crown, because obviously it takes the most work, and this is the most uncomfortable. I was moving a lot in the surgery. She's like, please don't move, tell me when you move, because it's dangerous. But it's easier said than done, because to be still for 1 hour is like, it's a tricky one. You don't want to be doing that. And after that, you switch to your side like this. You have another half an hour, and then boom, you switch to your side like that, and you have another half an hour. So the whole process initially, just the beginning bit where they extract the hair follicles, 2.5 hours. The whole thing will be about 6 hours. It's a long thing, It's a similar sort of thing where they have to inject the local anesthetic again. And I don't really know what they're doing. I think they're like creating the pathways to put the hair that they got, because she has like kind of like a drill in it, like a surgical drill. And then for what I remember in the first part, there's a lot of scraping. Like she had one of them, those metal clippers, and I don't know what she was doing. I think she might be pulling out the hair follicles with them, and then the zzz was getting inside of the scalp, because you can see that it's not too invasive, it's just on the front, but obviously I'm still bleeding in it. So I'd say the only other surgery I had was laser eye surgery, and it's for sure a lot more invasive than that. I believe the second bit is roughly about, it's a lot easier because you're on your back this time, with your head propped up, not on your front. Your front is the worst part of the surgery. You still have to do the local anesthetic again, and it's roughly the same amount of pain. But after the local anesthetic, he's just going to use the same sort of tool, and I think he's creating the pathways to put the hair in. And that takes probably about an hour and a half. You should have a different person because they take shift. And then you have your break. I had some, normal Turkish food, meat, some salad, some pasta, drink, ain't nothing to write home about. It was calm food. And then after that, I had a TV, like a swivel TV. I was watching some Ultimate Fighter UFC thing and this is a long one, because at this point it's late. This point is like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I'm tired, and my surgery was, delayed by 45 minutes for a combination of my driver being a bit late to pick me up and my payment not going through, so I had to use a different card. So when it's all finished, it was like 12 o'clock, which is late, and I'm tired, you know, like this at the end, you know, I had a long surgery, I'm tired, obviously lost a reasonable amount of blood, still losing blood there. And then you go for this is the easiest part of surgery. They're just putting the hair that they extracted from you into the new hairline. Because I didn't mention this, and I have a recording of this, is before you have the operation, they have a pen and they draw out your hairline in it. Like, I still have this on my forehead, I don't know why. They draw out your hairline, and I wanted that box hairline, you know, that good hairline, but because it's where your muscles of your face end, so I always had a hairline like this. This is even pictures of me as a kid, I had a hairline like this. So I would like to have had a box like this, but because my facial muscles end there when I go up, then if they made you a box every time I move my eyebrows, then my hair would move and it would look stupid, you know, it would look like Botox. So that's why they're gonna have a natural hairline based on what your hairline was before you started receding, you know, to make it look natural. That's just the way they do it. They'll clean you up, you know, they'll clean you up, and then there's the post-operation procedure. And what this is this is probably the most trickiest part of it, yeah, and I don't even know if I've done it correctly. You have to keep your head upright. So if you're looking at your phone, I'm doing your chin down, that's not good. You want to keep your head upright at all times. And one of the trickiest, most annoying things here is you cannot touch this. This cannot be touched no matter what, the red part, you know, the red part on my scalp. For example, they said one guy who had the hair surgery the day before, when he got into the taxi to go home, he banged his head in it. And in banging his head, if I bang my head here or I hit a chandelier or whatever, that means that they have to do the whole surgery again, because then it's, you know, the problem, it doesn't work. And that would be horrible. Like, I would hate to do this again. I'm not sure if it would be free. It should be free, because that's one little mistake can cost you, you know, the money I spent. And also, this is really uncomfortable, and when you sleep, I'll show you, or let me show you now. So this is what they give you when you sleep. So this is like a, you know, one of them standard travel pillows, because you can't sleep on your side. So when you sleep, you have to be really careful. You got to put this on your side, prop up, and then sleep. You can see here, there's the, you know, it's a lot of blood. This is an Airbnb, and my man's thing is bloody. So yeah, I feel sorry for my man, but that's just the game, and it's not my fault. And you have to be really careful. I'll do more dedicated videos about this, but when you put this on, you have to put it on, like, you know, really carefully to the side so it does not touch these parts. And it's the same thing with a bag in it. When you put on a bag, you can't put it on your back. Like, if I want to put on this bag, you got to put it on from the side like this, and then put on the other strap. You can't put it over your head, because if you do, it's the same effect as my man who banged his head on the car window. You can't do that. You have to be very careful, and you have to take these drugs. Like, I'll show you the pamphlet they're giving me. Okay, one sec. So these are the drugs you gotta take: painkiller, ammovalin, antibiotic, 1 tablet twice a day straight after a meal, and then swelling reducer, 2 tablets at once right after a meal, the second day 1 tablet, and then aspirin. So like all these pills. This is day 1 of my surgery, which is Wednesday, and I flew to Turkey on Monday and had the surgery on Tuesday. I could have flown back tomorrow, Thursday, because all they're gonna do today is they're gonna clean it, and they're gonna give me an extra bonus laser treatment, which I got, you know, in my in the package I got for 2,600 euros, which is a bargain. I just really hope, because obviously you can see I'm still bleeding, they clean this up. I'm gonna do a subsequent video based on how I feel right now. But in terms of how I feel, I could go traveling in Istanbul. I could do a couple traveling and that, but right now I'm not really that bothered, man. I just, you know, I'll eat today, come back from the clinic, chill. You know, I'm not really too bothered about seeing the sights right now. Maybe tomorrow, I'm flying home on Friday, so tomorrow is my last full day in Istanbul, and then vamos back to London. But I'm gonna keep on doing updates. how it is. You know, they say it will take 1 year for your hair to completely come back like strong, you know, 1 whole year, which is a long time, but I don't really think I've got any swelling, which is confusing. Hey, so I just completed my last bit of treatment in the clinic. As you can see, I'm a lot more fresh than last time. In the morning I had a lot of blood everywhere, blood on my neck. And basically what they did is they cleaned the area. And I ain't gonna lie, this pre-hurt is hurt quite a lot because my wounds are only 1 day old. So they cleaned it vigorously. They put the shampoo mix I'm gonna speak about later in this video. And now I have to wear this bandana, this headband, for 1 week. And obviously I can take it off when I'm sleeping. But yeah, everything's looking calm. I look a lot less haggard than I did beforehand. But what I did is I paid for the extra treatment drugs. So I'm gonna show a video of what I need. But as you can see there, it's literally a whole suitcase, a whole bag full of drugs. And I was offered this treatment because these drugs are gonna make the hair that I have grow stronger. Because obviously my hair here, you see, this still has time before it's gonna lose its, before it's gonna become worse. You can see the red is where they injected the new hair follicles. And it's actually quite a lot of money. Like, I spent an extra 1,300 something euros on top of the 2,600 euros, making my treatment in total be 3,900, notwithstanding airport travel. So we'll see how it goes. The reason why I bought it is because I had a lot of grafts. I had 4,800 grafts, and that's a lot. And not all of them were the high quality quadruple grafts. Like, there's 4 different types of grafts: single grafts, double grafts, triple grafts, and quadruple grafts. Majority of my one were in the double and triple range, so it makes it more or less average. If I had everything in the quadruple graft, then likely just the hair transplant would have been sufficient. So I'm a cheap guy, as people who know me know. So I just thought to myself, look, this treatment, you don't want to be doing it again. I'm not saying it's extremely difficult, extremely, you know, uncomfortable, but you just don't want to go through all this process. Like, I'd rather absolutely maximize this treatment, which is why I bought the suitcase full of drugs. And you take them past a certain point. I go more in detail about the post-op recovery in my subsequent videos. But that's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, I probably would have booked to fly home on Thursday. Today is Wednesday, I flew in on Monday. I'm kind of happy that I'm not flying home tomorrow, just because, you know, as I mentioned in my videos, if any of these get hit, you know, get slapped, someone slaps me, or, you know, a bag in the cabinet, they're gonna fall off, and obviously they're not gonna grow and become new hair. So this is why I'm in my Airbnb chilling, not doing anything today. I got back from the clinic like maybe 4 p.m, 5 p.m. and right now it's 6:14, so I'm just chilling right now. I had a little bit to eat. Tomorrow we'll see, because it's my last day in Istanbul. Maybe I'll do a bit of traveling, but I'm not really that bothered. I just want to make sure, like, all these follicles is 7 days. This is day 1 of the treatment. So I only need 6 more days before this is less of an issue, before this can fall off, and then you just have to wash it. So what you do get, and you don't have to pay extra, is you get a shampoo and a conditioner where you basically massage the affected area and you leave it for 30 minutes before you wash it off with, you know, lukewarm water, and then you condition the rest. And bearing in mind, you do this for 11 days. You have to be very careful with this post-op, because I think this is a mistake I made with laser eye surgery. That's because I didn't, you know, issue the correct post-op procedures. But I 100% recommend this clinic. Like, everything went smooth. As you can see here, more clean, no problem. You could just fly here, and then, you know, people in this clinic came from Vancouver, they came from Canada. You know, so people come in here from Canada for the hair surgery. They're coming here from Portland in America for, you know, dental surgery. So this clinic is really good, but I 100% recommend it. Obviously, I'm only gonna get the full benefits of this, you know, a year. 5-6 months is when new hair is gonna grow, because initially the hair is gonna grow and fall out. 6 to 12 months is you're gonna really get the benefit, and then the real true, like, you know, the way the hair is gonna look all delicious, look beautiful, 12 to 16 months. So this is why I recommend anyone who's like around about my age, in their 20s, who are balding, you might as well get it as soon as possible, because it's going to take 12 to 16 months to really see the benefits and to have nice hair. So
you might as well do it like as early as possible so you maximize your benefits. And these drugs, they're gonna last me about a year, and it's good because I'm gonna go live in Thailand next month, in 2 months, sorry. So I actually gonna have space for this carry-on, because I'm telling you, all this stuff, it's a lot of stuff, like it's barely gonna fit in my suitcase. But this is the reason why you have carry-on. I probably will take an aspirin before I go to bed just to make sure. Because sleeping, like a lot of people in the surgery that I was speaking to today, they slept 2 hours, they said yesterday. Me, I slept longer than that. I woke up at like 5:30, and obviously bearing in mind it's all bloody on your neck, blood on the sheets, it's not that comfortable. And I kept on looking at my phone, 5:56, and then I just took one of these pills that make you sleep. Woke up at like 10. I actually slept a decent amount yesterday, but I recommend bring like a sleeping pill, just so you can sleep the day after the operation, because it's all about these first couple of days. Because a couple people, and this is the worst case scenario, when you go in the taxi, or some of the woman told me that someone went into the toilet and they got too excited. If you're brushing your teeth and then you do this, and they smacked their head this bit against the sink, and obviously what happened is all these injected hairs fell, so they had to do that all again. And I'm telling you, bro, 4,800 grafts, it is a long thing. You don't want to do that again. Another person, as I mentioned in another video, they had smacked against the car, their taxi, the day after the operation, the day of the operation, after the operation. And then they had to like scoop up all the hair follicles from the taxi and then do the operation again. Like, you don't want this stress. Like, just be very careful, like guard this head. And I'm going to show you, I have a hat that I'm going to wear in the sun, because you don't want to be in the sun. But after this operation, I'm a martial artist. Like, I do jiu-jitsu, I do Muay Thai. I'm not going to be able to do no Muay Thai for a month after this, because any contact sport, any abrasion over that, even running, anything that makes you sweat like a lot, you can't really do it. But in terms of pain, I feel no pain now. I feel completely calm, and bearing in mind I've had no drugs today. I do think today the sleep isn't going to be the easiest, just because it's the second day of the operation. But my logic is, assuming you're getting the right vitamins, you're doing the right post-treatment, you're keeping yourself healthy, you're drinking a lot of water, I think you can recover quite quickly. But obviously I'm gonna do weekly videos. These scabs here are gonna become like scabs, and obviously that's when you rub the shampoo, and then you don't rub it so much that the scabs will fall off. You just rub it, do it as they recommend you to do until the scabs fall off. Right now I have no scabs because the wounds, as you can see, are very, very raw. But right now I'm chilling, man. I can guarantee my confidence will exponentially increase after this. And I think every mile, if you got the money, why not? And again, if you found value in this video, please like and subscribe to help it spread to more people.